Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. Hope you've had a great Christmas. Of course, I've just arrived here at the City Ground, the home of Nottingham Forest. I've got Ben, Nottingham Forest fan, with me. Ben, how are you? Had a good Christmas?
Fantastic Christmas. Working, but I've had a great Christmas.
We've had a great Christmas. We've had a great start to the season as well. Nottingham Forest in the top four. Are you surprised?
Where we've been playing now, I still look on your channel, Chris. It's been an unbelievable journey so far. Our performance has been better. Nuno's improved our defence so much, and we're scoring goals and we're beating teams away from home. Like away from has been shocking for the last 2 seasons, but this season it's just been wow. And when you beat teams like Liverpool away, Man U.
What's been the major change?
Defensive wise, we brought in players like Milikovic, 12 million, best signing in the season so far, and people like Morata as well. Even Sells, he came last season, but he's improved. But defensive wise, Nuno's improved it, and just the packed four of the team has been great.
Talk to me about Nuno Espirito Santo, because of course it didn't work out at Spurs, but it seems to be working out.
Are you hating now?
It seems to be working out, yeah.
You know what? I think he didn't get his time at Spurs properly, but coming here, when he first came to Nottingham Forest, and there's the Spurs coach. But yeah, it's been so much change with coming out to Forest, and then just improving the whole everything. So, but yeah, very, very good, very good.
Ben, we'll just stop. We'll just film the players coming in, and we'll be back.
Put the words.
You can't, you're not allowed.
Oh, he's in the cover of his car.
Go on, Spurs! Used to play for us. Steads!
Johnson used to play for us as well. Madison.
Brennan! Stop.
That's the reject! That's the reject!
Just hope we don't score and get the winner then.
Will!
You Reds.
Oh!
What's the score going to be today then?
You can say I know you're Tottenham. I've seen your phone.
To all the Spurs fans from Nottingham here, wish you all a Merry Christmas and a very, very Happy New Year.
Right, Ben, we've just seen the Spurs team go in. Who are you worried about today?
Son, especially Madison. I know Madison's not been playing great as much, but if he gets the ball, he makes things happen. I think that's the threat. But far from that, as well, Slanky always goes here. at City Ground. He scored a hat-trick against Bournemouth. But Madison, Solanke, them kind of players just make something happen. But they're the threat players I'm worried about.
What have you made of Spurs so far this season? And lastly, your score prediction.
Oh, what can I say about Spurs?
He's laughing.
I don't know. Am I allowed to say they're playing rubbish? Or Spurs is, everyone says it.
Inconsistent is probably the nice word to use.
That's the word. But listen, we can say whatever about Spurs. They've still got great players. And with Spurs, they've got great players. Like I said, they've got Madison, Son, Kulusevski, Solanke. Good team. And right now, they're not going to make a top 6 team, but Forest going to take over them. And listen, Spurs will be there, but right now, it's the right time for Forest to beat them.
Are you saying that Forest will finish above Spurs in the league table?
100%. 100%. Clip this. Forest
We'll clip this.
And the prediction, I think Forest will win 3-1. 3-1 Forest.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win.
Keep dreaming.
Have a good day, mate. So I'm now with Nottingham Forest fans Martin and Daniel. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
Confident, but I've said before there'll be a lot of goals in this. I've actually gone 4-3 to us. You've got a good team. I mean, Solanke, you're just one of them up and down teams. You don't know where to go here. Hopefully we don't get a Villa performance. I know we've got to win, but we can't do them feelings again. So I'm hoping we can just get through it. But it'll be a tough game. But yeah, 4-3 Forest. Let's go.
Daniel, what have you made of Tottenham this season?
Well, they're letting a lot of goals in, aren't they? But they're scoring goals at the same time. I think it's going to be definitely an open game today. But I think 2-1 Forest and Son would score today.
What has been the turnaround mainly with Nuno Espirito Santo here? You know, top 4, Forest in the top 4 at Christmas.
It seems to very much got hold of the changing room, really, don't it? They all seem to be banding together really well. You see the clips and stuff online. The players are very much spending time with each other. They've got really good backroom staff going off, and I think that's definitely a big part to play in it.
Togetherness at the club's massive, and we've not had that for years. And Nuno, I mean, everyone will say that we bought a lot of players in the first year. Yeah, we needed it, and you know, we've just picked out the best, and then we've just added now the last couple of years. I mean, Milenkovic, he's been unreal. He's got to be worth 40 million of anyone's money. Murillo as well. It's just, yeah, it's the change of the ground is just amazing. Really, really good to be a Forest fan at the minute.
Well, have a good day, not too good, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Ready for whatever the future holds, and you might just spot yourself in this as well. Enjoy. Number 21, Anthony
So it's half time, Forest 1, Tottenham 0. So my good friend Richard Whitehead, MBE. Rich, 1-0 to Nottingham Forest today. Your thoughts on the game?
Very poor. The impactful substitutes didn't really happen, and the game petered out. Like we always see for these away games, is they get a lead, they hold that lead, and there's no real invention on the pitch. And substitutes came on. Madison kind of tried to really gear up the rest of the players, but it didn't really happen. I didn't really see that spark. The keeper really didn't have to make a save in the second half. Really disappointing. I was expecting a real reaction after the Liverpool game. We didn't get it today.
There seems to be a number of entertaining games at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but some very disappointing performances and displays on the road. What do you put that down to?
I always say mentality, but I think there's a lot of players that are mentally as well as physically tired on the pitch, and that's not an excuse. That's what I'm seeing. Also, the body language of the players. It's like you should always feel you've got a chance to score, always feel you've got a chance to get something out of the game. I think in that second half, I never felt that. I never felt the players were. It was always half-arsed chances, hopeful chances that were just going to come along. Where actually trying to make that, being creative, and really kind of change the direction of play, and we didn't have that on the pitch. We need some real investment in January that enables us to have not only just depth but some creativity on the pitch that directs the play through the 90 minutes, and we didn't have that today.
Of course, you live in Nottingham. You know a lot of Nottingham Forest fans. Of course, they're on a high at the moment, sitting in the top four. What do you make of them today?
I think they did just enough. I honestly feel that obviously they played the game how they should against a team like us, and that's kind of the sort of weaknesses. The two centre backs, they were always going to have one or two opportunities. Played the width as well quite well today, but they've got a solid back for themselves, and that's what they did today. They really played on our weaknesses, didn't do anything special, but obviously they've nicked those games 1-0 where we're not doing that at all. We're not even in the game. Like today, there was never a point where I thought we're going to get a result. Never a point, and that's really disappointing with the investment that we've had in the team, with the players, the calibre of players that we brought in. Why are they not performing now on nights like today? Is it a hangover from Christmas? No, because we've seen this far too much.
It's interesting how you say that, because the amount of Spurs fans that I spoke to today who said before the game, I'd take a draw today.
I know. It's really disappointing, isn't it? That's how low the actual the team's got. It's like we should be coming here like rolling teams over like Forest. Forest aren't a fantastic team, but they put some great results together by teamwork. Obviously the manager failed with us.
I was going to ask that, are you surprised with the job that Nuno's done here?
Well, I think he works really hard on the defensive side of the game, and he's got a big man up top with some wingers that work tirelessly, and that's what they did today. Obviously he's looked at the vulnerabilities of our team. He sees that we're a wounded animal, and that's what he's targeted. So obviously he's done that, and that's his flexibility. He obviously plays flexibly away and away from home and at home, and we haven't got that flexibility. Our manager, like he says, is not going to change, and that is a real problem. Coming to Nottingham with a team that's just lost 3-6, you need to have a reaction. I'd be really interested to know what he actually says after a result like that.
You say it's a problem, Rich. Are you still very much behind Ange Postecoglou, or are you starting to question him? Because, as we all know, the fan base is very, very mixed on our manager.
Yeah, but it's very mixed, and you've got to, unless you're going to change the whole dynamics of the team, you've got to be behind the manager. But the manager, as well as the players, need to show. They need to show that on the pitch, and it's not just with the results, it's all about the performances, and collectively they need to be better, because one player cannot pull us out of the mud at the moment. We're stuck on the results. We know how hard it is to get a win or a draw in this league, but we need to grind them out. We need to show some real kind of strength, and we haven't got that at the moment. I think there must be characters in that dressing room that are really disappointed how we played over the last couple of weeks. They need to be kind of stand up and be counted, because that performance today isn't good enough at all. Isn't good enough for a Tottenham Hotspur shirt, isn't good enough for this season, and it needs to change. Something really needs to change, and the manager needs to showcase that as well.
What did you make of the goal that we conceded?
Oh, you could see it coming though. You could see they were going to try and hit us on the break with their speed, and obviously it was a great finish, but no fault due to Foster at all. But I think at the back, we're always going to give those opportunities with an inexperienced centre-back pairing, but also collectively as a team, we need to defend better as a team. You always defend from the front, and I think we gave the ball away too many times. Against a better team, we'd have conceded more than one today. I think it was disappointing, but after that, we spoke after the goal. Where was the response? It was shoulders down, heads down, blaming other players for not kind of giving the ball to somebody else or making that run. I think individually you need to have that responsibility, and for me it was a terrible result. Really, season-defining result I think today.
Do you take any positives from today? Because of course we play Wolves next at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Of course they've had a manager change. Of course there is always a manager bounce, especially in the Premier League. Do you take any positives from today?
I think away from home, you're looking for stability. You're looking for coming away from something. We could have got at least a point today at the stages at the end of the game. I was expecting more than a point. I was expecting us to come away with a win today, and we didn't look anything like that. The goalkeeper wasn't tested. I think we had opportunities, and we looked like. We looked blindsided with all the opportunities that we had. The ball was on the dead ball positions. Why are we not kind of making the keeper work? The one that we did have was alongside the post with Sonny, but that was it. I'm looking for positives throughout the pitch, and I can't see any. And you listen to the Spurs fans as well in the Spurs end, and a lot of them are disillusioned by obviously their director and Levy, and none really from Postecoglou, like you were saying. And that was really interesting, but I think the players, they need to take more responsibility. As a professional athlete, you step over that white line, and it's then up to you to kind of deliver what you've done in training, but also your professionalism as well. It's like, not only are you paid a lot of money to do that as well, but technically you're in a team because of the manager expects certain technical attributes that you bring to the field of play. So many times, loose balls. But one of the things that I'm really disappointed in is, yes, Spence got obviously sent off right at the end, but not enough players were kind of really making the Forest players kind of know that they're around, getting the foot in and kind of making
they're
them feel
a very
like they're
physical
in a game.
team, Rich, aren't they, Forest? And you need to be up for that challenge.
For sure, and that's where you need to be dynamic, and we haven't got that dynamism in the squad, and we need that. We need somebody that's going to put the foot in, put the foot on the ball and direct the field of play. We haven't got that.
Lastly, of course, you mentioned the January transfer window. What do Spurs need? What do you expect?
Oh my goodness! What I expect.
What a question!
What I expect and what they need is two different questions and answers. To be honest, I think we need that spine of the team looks so weak. You look at teams that are successful, that can win. They're the ones that have got a real strong centre back, holding midfielder, and that striker that's putting those goals away. At the moment, we're lacking in confidence all the way through that spine. We need to get players back off the injury list, but we also need to recruit ready to play players, not players for the future. If we do that, it's going to be another long season where Tottenham fans are just going to be praying for cup glory. And what if that doesn't happen? Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't be second guessing or hoping results. You need to be showcasing. You put the ball down in the centre circle, knowing that you're going to get a result, and you're going to at least try and fight for it. Today, a lot of players didn't show that fight, and real disappointment across the 11 really. The starting 11 were very poor. I think some of the players were wanting to come off when they're substituted as well. You saw the players running off because they wanted to get off the pitch, and for me that was the disappointment, that they didn't really show the heart of wearing the Spurs shirt.
Yeah. Well, Rich, it's been lovely seeing you.
As always.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, and come on you Spurs.
Look, obviously disappointing with the defeat. Tight game. It was never going to be a kind of game where there was going to be too many chances. But I still thought we had a fair sort of chunk of them where we could have got something out of the game. But it's always going to be a tight game here, and disappointing goal we conceded. But aside from that, boys worked hard. Try to generate as many opportunities as we could, considering the context of the game and how Forest play, but just weren't able to get over on top of them.
The reason I use the word frustrating, I suppose, is when you come up with a game plan, it would have been to dominate the ball, twice as many passes, have the ball in really promising positions, and yet at the same time
Yeah, and look, we're asking a lot of this group of players. A lot of these guys are playing, every 3 days, and it's only logical they're not going to be at their sharpest, but they are trying, and that's all I can ask for. I think it's just a bit of, like I said, game state. We kind of knew that, if they did get a goal up, it was going to get even sort of tighter for us to find space behind there. So it was never going to be a game, I think, where there was going to be a lot of opportunities. But having said that, I still thought we created some good ones, and we just weren't able to kind of capitalise on them. Their keepers pulled off a couple of good saves, to sort of keep them in the game, and we just needed a goal to sort of break them open. We never seemed to get it. Yeah, I don't know. He was a bit sore. He hurt his ankle, so he said he couldn't continue. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.